Hi, everybody. My name is Alice Ragland, and thank you so much for joining us today at the Columbus Women&Girls Fest. In my daily work, I talk a lot about diversity, equity, and social justice. And one major social justice issue that we face as women and girls of color is our health. We're more likely to have diseases like diabetes, heart disease, and hypertension. We also have higher rates of infant and maternal mortality, and we tend to live in environments that are toxic. Environmental racism means that we're more likely to live in areas that are polluted by something such as a landfill or a factory. And we're also more likely to live in areas that don't have a healthy food option nearby, also known as food deserts. So I want to offer you 3 tips today to start really taking control of your health, and just general wellness tips that will help us to detox our bodies as we are in this space of healing and as we're in this space of detoxing our minds and our spirits of white supremacy. So the first tip that I want to offer is every time you wake up in the morning, drink 16 ounces of water that has some lemon in it. So 16 ounces of lemon water. If you have a water bottle, then you can put that water in the refrigerator at night, put that lemon in the water, and have it already ready to go in the morning. Drink that lemon water before you eat anything else of the day and before you drink anything else, before you drink your coffee, before you drink your tea. And that really helps to flush out the body of toxins right in the morning. Now, you should continue to drink water when you're thirsty throughout the day. And how much water should you be aiming for? So for every pound that you weigh, you should aim for a half an ounce up to an ounce of water. So if you weigh 150 pounds, you should be aiming for 75 up to 150 ounces of water a day. Grab water first when you're thirsty. Grab it before you get anything else, any juice, tea, coffee, pop, etc. If you continuously cleanse your body with water, then that really helps to detox you from the inside out. The second tip is to always read the ingredient labels whenever you go to the grocery store. So I have an example here. I have some Teddy Grahams. This is my ingredient label. Now what I'm looking for is I want to make sure that there aren't any ingredients that I can't pronounce and that I don't know what they are. So if there are ingredients that I can't pronounce, that I've never heard of, that I have no idea what that is, then I'm going to want to avoid that food. The other thing that I want to check for when I read my ingredient labels would be how much sodium and how much sugar would be in this food. Even when something is labeled as healthy or lean or natural, we still want to check that ingredient label because it can still have a ton of sugar and a ton of sodium. So make sure you're always looking for that sugar and sodium, and make sure that you are looking on the ingredient label and that you can pronounce and that you know what everything is on that ingredient label. And if you don't, then you can pass that product up. Try to find something else. And the last thing that I want to leave you with today is to try your best to aim for whole foods as much as possible. When I say whole foods, that is something that is unprocessed, unrefined. It's just a whole version of itself. So things like whole fruits, whole pears, whole apples, whole bananas, whole vegetables, lettuce, greens, those types of things. It doesn't come in a bag or box, and it also is unrefined. So things like whole grain rice would be better than things like white rice because it is unrefined. Those whole foods help us to stay healthy. They help us to build up our immune system. And as we continue to eat more whole foods instead of processed and refined foods, then we may even start to feel better. We may start feeling differently on the inside and also looking different on the outside. So those are the 3 things that I wanted to leave you with today in terms of our wellness. As women of color, we tend to be the backbones of our community. So it's extremely important that we're able to keep ourselves healthy in this society that devalues us, in this society that continuously pumps us with unhealthy chemicals. We can do those 3 simple things so that we're able to start taking charge of our health, and then we'll just go from there. So thank you so much for your time today, and have a great rest of your Women and Girls Fest.